The conversation around financial intelligence has to become more commonplace. A clear understanding of financial intelligence and the ability to apply financial intelligence to your business, your personal life, and how government manage themselves. It is the single most important factor that can have tremendous impact on cash flowing platforms and economic diversification processes. Today, I want us to continue talking about financial intelligence. The subject that I want us to continue talking about is a subject that we have coined, titled 10x Wealth Leadership Bootcamp. 10x Wealth Leadership Bootcamp is a very unique program. This program stands on three pillars. One, you will learn about wealth leadership and the process of thinking ahead. And there are a number of important systems that when you find yourself in a position of leadership, you must take the steps that enables you to be able to think ahead. Now, you can find yourself in a position of leadership in running a company or in running your personal life, and even in running a government. This program also speaks to you. The second pillar, we speak a lot about wealth leadership and the process of seeing beyond problems. As a leader, whether you're a leader running an organization, a leader leading your own life, or a leader leading a country, you want to get unstuck from the things that are there to hold you back. And in most cases, you find that their financial deficits is perhaps one of the factors that are preventing you from business innovation, economic diversification, and economic takeoff. And understanding the systems that can literally get you unstuck from that position that is holding you back are things to know. This program really exposes you to a range of issues that really allows you to nurture what we call the solution driven mindset. Last but not least, this program focuses tremendous attention on what we call wealth leadership and the process of informed action. I emphasize often that is a major difference between taking action and taking informed action. In this case, one of the smartest ways to take informed action is to build healthy, productive relationships with PFAs, professional financial advisors, personal financial advisors, when you're attempting to build wealth. A professional PFA are most likely the people that will understand how commercial financial sector works or how the DCM works. They will also be the people that understand how trading and market works and how investment management operate. And you need to have the healthiest of relationships with these people that can make that significant difference in your life. Our 10x Wealth Leadership Bootcamp will expose you to all of this and so much more. I must also emphasize over the last 3 days, we have been talking a lot about the 10x Wealth Leadership Bootcamp. And as such, we introduce you to the concept that we call Paycheck Protection Program and Cash Flow Protection Program. So in this program, or some of the breakout points that we will talk about is how to develop your personal paycheck protection program. And we talk about this and we talk about the importance of it. We talk about how to develop your corporate paycheck protection program. We also talk about the significance and importance of corporate leaders billing out their corporate paycheck protection program. We talk about the impact that this is going to have on absenteeism, staff turnover, staff motivation, increased productivity, and so much more. We look very briefly also at developing the cash flow protection program in times of crisis, and the world is in a crisis right now because of COVID-19. You not only want to think about paycheck protection, but you also want to think about cash flow protection. And in this program, we look a lot at a number of important issues that helps to beef up your cash flow. For example, we talk about how to leverage your primary income source, the excess liquidity, into performing assets and asset appreciation. Those are technical areas of the programs that we will get into when you come into the 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp. This program also looks at what we call governance and paycheck protection program. Today, I want us to spend some time looking at what we call the government and paycheck protection program. Now, governments across the world, they have a tremendous responsibility to deal with infrastructural development, social development, economic development. And it is important as political leaders across the world, important for you to start identifying new, innovative, creative ways of achieving your strategic objective. Now, in the developed world, like in the United States of America, the UK, where I did some of my studies, Cambridge University, there is what we call a paycheck protection program that comes in the form of unemployment benefits. I briefly spoke about this in previous broadcasts, where I clearly said that in cases when persons want a job, the state is not able to provide that job for you, the state pays you. That's a form of paycheck protection program. In the United States of America, we have seen billions and trillions of dollars that is now being allocated to businesses to allow those businesses to sustain their operation. And part of the agreement is to keep their employees and keep paying their employees to roll out their paycheck protection program. Now, to really develop the paycheck protection program from a government level, the analysis is showing that governments has two main approaches that they can use to do this. Because the first question you're going to ask, where is the money going to come from? And that's a fair question. I totally agree with that. It's a very fair question. But remember, studying wealth leadership with us, the Wealth Leadership Bootcamp is all about helping you to build an environment where you have solution-driven thinkers. You don't want the problem makers and the people that are going to dwell on the problem for a lifetime. You want to have solution-driven oriented people. You want to have the game changers, the dream makers, and the trendsetters that can work with you to develop the kinds of programs that makes you look good in the eyes of your voters. That is what gets you reelected. So the two main approaches that we have been seeing is by leveraging taxpayers' money. Yes, taxpayers' money. So taxpayers' money, you take a portion of that and you give it back as in a paycheck protection program. Is that the most innovative way of rolling out a paycheck protection program? Perhaps not. Perhaps yes. It depends on the kind of reserves that you have. And there's so much more to look at in this regard. The second approach that we have been seeing is that in the developed world like America, we see they have been leveraging the printing press and digital currency. That's another way. And that brings you into a conversation of fiat currency, it brings you into a conversation of debasing the current currency, and those factors. They may have some significant negative spin-off by simply mass producing monies to leverage in the paycheck protection program. I'm just saying that it is a platform that is used. Today, I want to also focus briefly on a third approach, and I'm going to just blow it up a little bit to show what is possible. The third approach that we believe can be done is to put national annual salary onto something that we call asset management. So you take the national annual salary, both public and private sector. When you come in, we'll show you how you can get that money to leverage the national annual salary to put it on the asset management. And by asset management, what exactly am I saying? Traditionally, if you understand the global financial markets, when we talk of asset management, we're talking about four important portfolios that comes under asset management. You have SWF, which is the sovereign wealth funds. You have pension funds. You have insurance funds, and you have high net worth and super high net worth individual. Now, these are serious investment portfolios. I point to asset management because the suggestion that I'm making is nothing new. Companies across the world or governments across the world invest in SWF. It's nothing new. Those SWF perhaps can give you 5%, 10%, 15% per annum in dividends and in yields. What that means is that the sum total that is invested within 5 to 6 years doubles. You do not trouble that, it compounded. It become compounded. Compounded now, it creates an avenue for significant growth. All right. So these are just some of the avenues that can be used to make this happen. Now, again, as I said, we have governments across the world that put their assets under asset management. We have big corporations like insurance companies that put their capital under asset management. We have big insurance companies, including, national insurance scheme and various, securities, public securities that goes on the asset management. So the suggestion that I'm making, it's nothing new. It's out there. It has been out there for over 100 years. We just have to perhaps sit with your structures and your quant and allow these analysts to come up with new, innovative, creative ways to make it happen. That's their specialization, to create currency, security, where it doesn't exist. We'll be happy to point you in the right direction as you come into the Wealth Leadership Program to navigate, to learn these processes. There's so much more that can come out of this. And today I'm going to be brief on the subject matter on government and paycheck protection program. Now, what we have seen is that many governments, they take their reserves, their capital, their SWF, and they park it into international asset management portfolio, meaning that you either go into a boutique intermediary or you're going to a global intermediary. But what we are seeing is that locally, you have a striving private sector. A striving private sector that is perhaps paying up to 16% per annum for debt that they are buying. Think about this, 16% per annum for debt that they are purchasing. Is it possible that the SWF portfolio established by the state, part of it can come under asset management by your private sector to further stimulate economic activities. Because several things that we are seeing, interest rates are pretty high for the entrepreneur, but while it is high, the pre-qualification criteria to access the capital is not automatic. Is there room for PPP, public-private partnership? Is there room for the Paycheck Protection Program? So the PPP has 3 meanings or perhaps more. So these are just food for thoughts that we've given to you. And when you become a part of the 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp, as we begin to speak to our specific target market, our specific demographic, we will unlock the story so you have a clear mental picture of appropriate steps that you can take to cash flow maximize. These programs is all about identifying new, innovative, creative ways in which the private sector, the private individual, high net worth or not, and government can leverage the systems to cash flow maximize. I'm going to bring the curtain down on this program today. I just want to remind you a little bit about the vision behind this program. This program today comes to you with the compliments of Global Capital Inc. And our mission is to position our clients, employees, and strategic partners to understand, create, and leverage passive income cash flow, build multiple streams of income, leverage smart investment strategies, and build generational wealth. In this program, you will learn about financial intelligence in the commercial financial sector, financial intelligence in the investment financial sector, financial intelligence and smart capital market. Last but not least, you will learn about financial intelligence and sustainable livelihood. It's important for you to also recognize that financial intelligence goes beyond your ability to make money and maximize your disposable income. It addresses the issue of understanding the global financial systems and leveraging this intelligence to create good debt cash flow, minimize existing debt financial portfolio while maximizing financial and equity capital gain. The understanding of the commercial financial sector, the investment financial sector, and smart capital market are an important body of knowledge for you to have in the global landscape of financial intelligence. This conversation has to become more commonplace. It is relevant to businesses. It is relevant to the private individual. It's relevant to government. This can show you new innovative ways in how you can leverage securities, how you can create derivatives, leverage derivatives in so many unique ways, how you can hedge capitals that you think is going to leave you exposed, and the hedging will allow you to minimize the exposure, minimize the risk, and feel more secure in your investment. I trust you enjoyed today's program. My name is Gary Thompson. I'm a business development consultant by profession. I'm a humanitarian by nature. And I'm the multiple best-selling author for several books, including Billionaire Codes and Manager's Toolkit. Now, very soon in 2021, this year, we will be introducing to you my new book titled 10X Branding and Marketing, The Psychology of Doing Business. This is a beautiful book. It tells you from A to Z that you need to know to brand your products, your services, your idea, how to up-level your brand intention value traits, your unique selling proposition in the minds of the specific target audience. This is the program, this book, and we have training programs that's going to run parallel with it. It tells you how to grab attention, how to pique interest, how to arouse desire, how to get the customer into action, how to make impact, how to convert first-time users into lifetime customers, how to build confidence, trust, and credibility. These are some of the things that you will learn when you buy this book and when you become part of our branding, 10X branding and marketing training boot camp. So again, I want to say we're in a period of COVID-19, and I want to encourage each and every one of you across the world to be safe, all right? To protect yourself, protect your loved ones, and protect those closest to you. We are in a serious period. Protect yourself. Outside of that, get registered for the programs that we're offering at Global Capital Inc. These programs, they are all designed to have larger than life impact on your life. A larger than life impact on your life. We are not only providing the theory and the training, but we have mentors, we have coaches, we have the technical support team to work with you with all of the concepts that we are going to be learning in theory, in the classroom, whether virtual or physical space. You have investment bankers, you have economists, you have business consultants, you have a legal team, you have certified public accountants, and so much more. You have branding and marketing specialists. You have sales experts that are going to be working with you, with your businesses and your brand to take your business, your ideas, your brand to another plateau, another level of development. So I really want to encourage you to reach out to us. Guess what else? All of our introductory programs are free. So what do you have to lose? This Saturday coming, which is about 2 days from today, we're going to be hosting a very unique program. We call it the 10X Wealth Leadership Bootcamp. I'm happy to say that we have over 50 persons who would have registered for this program. And there's room open for a few more persons, but you need to act now. You need to act fast. Be blessed, be safe, and see you on the other side.